In this video, we're going to take a look at angle bisectors and specifically how we deal with angle bisectors in the context of an angle addition problem. So an angle bisector, as a reminder, is a line or ray that splits an angle into two congruent angles. So congruent is the big thing here. So if we were on this figure to label congruent, we would simply put a tick mark on each angle arc there to indicate that they're congruent. And remember, if they're congruent, that means their measure are equal. So figures are congruent, measurements are equal. So let's go ahead and take a look at this in the context of a couple of problems. Okay. In the given figure, BR is the angle bisector of ABC. So immediately I want to go to my figure and label what that means. So BR, this is my bisector, which means the two little angles on either side are congruent. Okay, now we can continue. If the measurement of angle ABR is 45, so go find ABR, go ahead and put a 45 degrees in there, and the measurement of angle RBC is 6x plus 3, find the value of x. So this is a little bit different because before we were using the angle addition postulate, which said little plus little equals big. But right now we have a question mark in one of our little angles, the x, and we also don't know our big. So we're not going to want to create an equation where we have two unknowns that are not the same variable. So we're not going to want to actually use the angle addition postulate for this problem. Instead, we're going to want to use the fact that these two angles are congruent, which means their measurements are equal. So we know the measurement of angle ABR is equal to the measurement of angle RBC. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in. So ABR was 45, RBC is 6x plus 3. Okay. So we can go ahead and start solving. So subtracting 3 from both sides, we get 42 equals 6x. Dividing both sides by 6, and I'm going to go ahead and rewrite as just x equals 7. And it only asked us to find the value of x, so we are done. Okay, this next problem gets a little bit more involved because we have a couple of different angle bisectors. So sometimes it's helpful when we have multiple angle bisectors to color coordinate. So it says, in the given figure, OC is the angle bisector of AOB. Okay, so that is our angle bisector of that large angle, which means these are our two congruent angles here. So let's just write down real quick what that means. That means that the measurement of angle AOC equals the measurement of angle COB. So we're just going to leave that off to the side as just a helpful tidbit that we might use later on. Okay, so the next part that it tells us is that OD is the angle bisector of COB. So that's kind of the smaller angle here. So that means that now we have these two angles are congruent. So that means that the measure of angle COD equals the measure of angle DOB. Okay, so we have two pieces of information. Let's keep going. If AOC is 3y minus 4 and COD is 28, then find the value of y. So let's do a couple things here. First, let's just substitute in where we can. So let's find COD, right? So that's 28 equals the measurement of angle DOB. And up here, I can say the measurement of angle AOC, so let's see, that was 3y minus 4 equals the measurement of angle COB, which we don't know what that is. All right, but let's use this piece of information first. 28 equals the measurement of angle DOB. Well, that's not listed yet on my figure. So let's plug that in. Okay, well, what do we know about angle COB? That's this big angle right here, COB. Well, that is the two 28 angles put together. So COB, the measurement of angle COB, is really equal to the measurement of angle, I can't read it anymore because I have covered up, there we go, measurement of angle COD plus the measurement of angle DOB. And we know what those are. That's 28 and 28 because they were the same. So those two, that one angle really is 56. Okay, well now we know the measurement of angle COB, so let's plug that in. 3y minus 4 equals 56, and we can solve. So go ahead, add 4 to both sides. We get 3y equals 60. Then we get y equals 20, and we have finished our problem.